Thank you for joining us today for this on-demand training on ADA basics. The Americans with Disabilities Act and its amendments are written to provide equal access for all otherwise qualified individuals. It guarantees that people with disabilities have the same opportunity as everyone else to participate in the mainstream of American life, to enjoy employment opportunities, to purchase goods and services, and to participate in state and local government programs and services. In order for an individual to be protected by the ADA, one must have a disability, which is defined by the ADA as a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. A person who has a history or record of such an impairment, or a person who is perceived by others as having such an impairment. There are responsibilities that instructors have in regards to the ADA. First, you should use a syllabus statement and class announcements to invite students to disclose their needs to you. If a student needs alternative media or alternative format, please provide the OSD with a syllabi, textbooks, course packets, or other materials well before classes begin. We'd like to see those things 5 weeks or more prior to the start of the semester. In order for students with disabilities to use those media at the same time that other students are using course materials. Students also have responsibilities under the ADA. They're responsible for identifying themselves to the OSD office if they're eligible for accommodations. Once they've completed the intake process and have been verified as eligible for the accommodations listed on their NTI, students can elect when to use their accommodations. That is their decision. Students are not required to use their accommodations. Of course, we do recommend that they use all tools available for their success. Students are responsible for attending class, completing coursework, and meeting the same standards that are expected of all students in your class. Another resource for both students and for faculty members is the OSD office. The OSD office reviews documentation and, in compliance with the American with Disabilities Act and its amendments, determines what accommodation a student is eligible for in order to have equal access to their coursework. The OSD also partners with various departments on campus to provide assistance with disability compliance. The Office for Students with Disabilities is also able to provide resources and recommendations to faculty who may have questions about working with students with disabilities, universal design for instruction, or general questions about disability and higher education. One of the most common accommodations will be test requests, extended time testing, alternative testing. Students that are registered with OSD are eligible to take their tests in the testing center. By using the test center, students can be provided seamlessly their accommodations in a less distracting environment. If a student has requested that tests be taken in the testing center, and they've shown you their notice to instructor or NTI for the term, please be sure to send tests to the testing center via email or hard copy. You can also find on the test center request a box to check for alternative format needed. If you check that box, the OSD office also gets a copy of your test so they can make accommodations. If you have any questions about the ADA, about basic accommodations, or any other information about disabilities, please don't hesitate to contact the Office for Students with Disabilities. Thank you.